On the flip side, let's talk about some surprises. Shota Imanaga of the Cubs has been absolutely dealing every time he goes out there this season.
Yeah, I mean, he's averaging a strikeout about per inning pitch with 28 strikeouts, 27.2 innings pitch, which I mean is like it's very good, especially for a rookie. Like it's not the elite numbers, but the thing that is outstanding is a .98 ERA in 4 starts for a rookie. He just now gave up his first earned run, and it was only one. Like, wait, no, he's given up 3. Never mind. He gave up 2 to Miami. Excuse me. Like, but like,
Kyle.
if you're getting a rook, like obviously he's got experience coming from Japan.
Was a 30-year-old rookie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone expects him to come out and just dice it up like he has.
Oh yeah.
He's
I mean, this is
one ERA.
he's looked
I don't think
great.
it's gonna be sustainable, but
I mean, yeah. How big of a contract? It was like a 4 or 5 year deal.
Crazy. But I mean, I think he'll be a very good pitcher this year, and I don't think he'll stay in the Cy Young contendency that people might have him in right now. But just because we'll have elite pitchers finding their groove later down the stretch, but I think he could be a contender to finish below a sub-3 ERA if he keeps things up. I don't think the sub-2 or sub-1 that he's got right now is gonna stay for the whole season, but he still could be a very good pitcher for the rest of the season for the Cubs.
Yeah, he's only on a 4-year, $53 million deal, which isn't too bad. A little bit less than.
I think his signing definitely flew under the radar compared to.
Yeah, I think it was an offseason of so many big name guys. Especially like he's overshadowed by Yamamoto, obviously. The other Japanese pitcher came over. So I think, yeah, he definitely went under the radar, but he's been elite so far this season.
I think with Shota Imanaga, people are going to start to figure him out because as of right now, his chase rate is in the 96th percentile. So everybody's just chasing it, everything he throws. They're not used to his pitch arsenal yet. Like they obviously don't have the right approach on how to attack him. And MLB hitters, they're smart. They're going to figure it out. They're going to figure out what pitches to sit on when he's going to throw what, all that stuff. So I think he's going to get hit around eventually. He's hot right now, though. Hopefully he stays hot. I mean, I'm rooting for the guy, but I think he's going to get hit around.
Yeah.
I think around the All-Star break is probably going to be a more better example of the pitcher that he is going to be, because by then he'll be figured out by teams and hitters, and it's not going to be the ridiculous chase rates and strikeout numbers that he's had in the first. Because the first 2 starts he was absolutely insane, because he went like obviously shutout in both of those starts, and let's see, he had 7. This first start he had 9 strikeouts. Second start he only had 3. But I mean, like it's not like it's the worst of the worst in that case. And if you're getting a guy that's going out no runs for 6 innings a game, it's very good. But again, he's a rookie. But by the time we'll say July, I wouldn't be surprised if his numbers are a lot more exploited and like just not the same that people would expect.
Not as high.
At the numbers right now.
Speaking of overperformers, do we think the Guardians are overperforming? Being I think the second best team in the league right now. I mean, is it Josh or Bo Naylor that's going crazy? I think it's Josh Naylor.
Josh
Naylor's
Naylor
going
is the one on
crazy.
the Guardians.
Well, I think they're both on the
They're both-
Guardians,
they're both
but Josh
Guardians.
Naylor's the one that's doing really
Are
well.
they both? I thought Bo Naylor was on the Marlins.
Nah.
Bo Naylor's catcher for the
Dylan doesn't know ball.
Guardians.
I don't know. Oh,
But they've both been
Right.
pretty good this season. But Josh Naylor started off absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I don't like. The Guardians are just a weird baseball team because they're one of those teams that really don't like. They have Jose Ramirez, yeah, but like outside of that, I mean, now they lost Shane Bieber too, so it's like they're one of those teams that just don't have the breakout caliber player that you would expect a team to be. That is their.
they feel like a lot of
18,
decent players.
18-2,
I feel like a
17-8.
lot of like solid guys.
18-8. Yeah, it's just a lot of guys that are not bad but not outstanding. So like it'll be interesting. Like obviously we're still early, so anything right now is going to be a little bit of an overreaction to how good a baseball team really is in April. So
Yeah, I mean,
They like have solid guys,
looking at
Like I was gonna say, Stephen Kwan is batting 343 so far. The Oregon
Stephen
State
Kwan,
alum,
Oregon
Kyle.
State legend.
Yeah, also I think he's from the Bay as well.
Yep.
He's batting 343, which is actually absolutely crazy. That's really high. I wonder where he ranks in batting average right now, but he's a good player. He's been
one of the more consistent players. You want to
yeah,
get
he's
Bud
been
already. Like,
solid for the past
he's a
couple
very
years.
contact heavy hitter.
Yeah, he's not a big power guy. He's 3 home runs though.
looking
It's not terrible.
looking at the Guardians overall, like historically, like recent history, they've been a team like they're not going to hit a bunch of home runs. I think they finished last in home runs or second to last like almost every year.
They do
Don't
not
hit
hit
home
home runs at
runs.
all.
Their pitching staff, they'll have a Shane Bieber, they'll have a Corey Kluber, they'll have somebody that'll dominate,
Not
but
anymore.
like not anymore. But like their pitching staff doesn't stand out to you. But like you look at their team overall and you're like, oh yeah, he's pretty good. Oh yeah, he's pretty good. Oh yeah, he's good. Oh yeah, he's good. They don't have any flaws. They play good defense. They get on base a lot. Like they play a different style of baseball than the rest of the league. And
They play
yeah, and this
old school
season it's
ball.
working.
It's finally coming to life for him. I don't know. Like again, I don't think it's necessarily going to be the sustainability thing, but it'll. I think they have a higher possibility to keep their record at a higher number than Shota Imanaga does to keep his ERA so insanely low.
I mean,
So
yeah, I think that AL Central is like a weaker division. Also, there's no like.
maybe not this year.
I mean, the Royals
It
are
might be better than
moving into. The
we
Royals are
expected.
also really good. They're
Yeah.
17-10.
Yeah, Royals are looking like they could possibly be contenders. Cole Reagan's like outside of the one start against the Orioles, which was really bad to say the least. Seven runs in the second inning. That hurt my fantasy baseball team a little bit.
I'd Singer for a couple days in my fantasy baseball team.
Yeah, but like
He had a couple decent
Reagan
starts.
stays
And
good.
died on
He
me.
looks good. Bobby Witt is everything that everyone expected him to be this season. An MVP candidate, probably. Like they've finally figured everything out. They've finally been able to pull up the young guys who have performed well. They're finally all healthy. Salvador Perez is somehow still hitting absolutely elite numbers.
I think
Like,
earlier when I first started the podcast, we were talking about like they were like one of the teams we thought made some really good sneaky signings too. Like we didn't think they're gonna be this good. We thought they'll probably like average out around All-Star break, and they'll probably trade these guys, get some prospects back or something. But they might, who knows? Maybe they'll trade for some guys at the deadline instead, try to make that push.
If I told you that Salvador Perez was the leading hitter for the Royals right now, as late into his career in every single category,
What is he,
is their
34,
leading
35?
batting average, leading in home runs, and leading in RBIs.
It's nuts.
Like the dude he's not a young guy.
Oh, he's
anymore.
only 33. He's not that
But
old.
he's been in the league for so long.
I mean,
And
let's see.
he
He
was
joined. He came up in
keep in
2011.
mind, catchers
Yeah,
age disproportionately to everybody else. They lose their legs faster.
He's
Well, he's
probably
been-
got maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
Like it's insane to me that he's still playing a Gold Glove caliber
Well-
catcher too. Like he's hitting elite right now. Well,
Throwing
I don't know
wise,
this season. I
yes.
haven't really seen
Blocking and
it this season.
receiving, no. But throwing wise, yes.
It's ridiculous to me that he's still I wouldn't say he's their best hitter because they've got Bobby Witt, but I mean statistically he is their best hitter at this current moment.
I mean,
I mean, it's just
I think Salvador Perez is a dog. He's gonna have a good year this year. I just think Bobby Witt's gonna go 30-30. 30 bombs, 30 bags. I think he's gonna finish higher than
that's not
not
ridiculous.
ridiculous
It's not
at all.
ridiculous to say that.
I think he's gonna
Not ridiculous. Not ridiculous to say
yeah,
that.
he might
Like,
finish 35-50. He might finish 40-40. Who knows? A little bit of a stretch. But
pull the Acuna 40-70 club.
nah, but
It's not happening.
Bobby Witt's gonna be a dog, but right now Salvador Perez is the best. No doubt.
I mean, and Vinny Pasquantino's back healthy too. So MJ Melendez has looked decent.
Better than
Nothing crazy,
expected.
but he's looked decent enough. Yeah, and their pitching staff, like, I don't, I knew their pitching staff was gonna be okay, but I knew Cole Reagans could be considered coming into the season to be possible ace material. But I mean, outside of the one Baltimore start, he's looked really good. And Brady Singer, like, Brady Singer is pretty young, if I'm not mistaken. Like, wasn't he? Like, he's young, so he'll be good for a while. He's looked pretty good this season too. So I think they might be one of the more likely teams to keep up the faster start they've had this season compared to like the Guardians. Like, I think they could probably overtake the Guardians for the Central, and there's still always the Twins, which have just been somehow, some way, found ways to win games and win that division a couple times. So I think,
Let's see. Right
well,
now, the
people hate
Royals
on
are
the
2 games
Central.
back, 2 games back in the division.
Yeah, I think what people hate
The
on the
Twins
Central
are in
because it's been
4th right now, behind the
a
Tigers too.
division. I think it could be one of the divisions to actually look out and watch this season, as long as the Guardians and Royals actually stay as good as they've
Yeah,
been.
definitely. And also,
Yeah, I think we're making our our divisional standings. This is a division we're like it's gonna be like a very average division, not much going on. But like it's been entertaining so far. I think it's gonna be a
yeah,
very competitive
we
division.
predicted the Royals to be sellers at the deadline. Like we were like, oh yeah, don't be surprised if this guy and this guy are not on the team by come, August, whenever the
Yeah,
trade deadline is.
Seth Lugo,
they
And I
could be
100%.
think they're going to be
buyers.
buyers, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean they're playing great. They have good, solid young guys. They have Perez, who's you want to take advantage of what he's got left in the tank while you
Love to
can.
see Bobby Witt in the
You want
playoffs.
to make that push, make a push. They haven't been there since 15.
The
Been to the
Powder
World Series since
Blues, we
2015 when
gotta
they
see
won
the
it.
Powder
Powder
Blues in the
Blues with Bobby
playoffs.
Witt, triple and three bags in a
So
game in the playoffs. That's probably going to be what he does because he does that like seemingly every game.
fire. I think the Royals might be like my second favorite team in all of Major League Baseball, just because they're such a fun team to watch. Like Bobby Witt is just one of those guys that you can't hate on Bobby Witt. Like, he's just one of those guys that's electric all day, every day. He's gonna give you just amazing days. Like, he'll have one bad day once a week, and outside of that, his MLB The Show card is also amazing. But
How's the show fiend?
Speaking of electric, Mason Miller of the Oakland A's and that entire pitching staff, as a matter of fact. Mason Miller came out the other day throwing 103.7. I think he got rounded up to 104. But he absolutely dominated the Rangers. He
Cheddar.
struck out Corey
Cheddar.
Seager and Marcus Semien. He's been the most exciting part of the A's and maybe any bullpen this season. He's been a dog.
A's redemption
Third in
season,
the
man. I'm
AL
here for it.
West. What is happening?
screw
Yeah.
John Fisher. This is
Sell the
the
team,
A's
man. Sell the
big
team.
FU. We missed out on the whole Estuary Ruiz little fiasco that was going on there.
That was
That was
stupid.
ridiculous. Like,
The over the
even like
bar
like
race was
one
wearing.
series, like, bro's hitting like 300, had 2 home runs already. Like, it didn't make sense for them to send him down. They brought him back up. He's still playing. Like, he's not crazy good, but he's still playing above average. But like, that whole team is just such a weird spot where it's obvious they are trying to be the worst team in baseball, and it's just not working. Like, they're going out and they're fighting. Like, obviously their starting pitching is not the strongest outside of Paul Blackburn, excuse me, with like Alex Wood and Ross Stripling, who are just god awful. But if they can keep a game close and get into the ninth with a possible lead, they're winning the ball game, because Mason Miller has just looked, right now,
Crazy.
he's looked like maybe the best closer in baseball at this current moment. Just,
Yeah, who would have
he
thought
doesn't let
like
anybody on base. He doesn't walk people. He hasn't given up many hits, and he strikes out so many people. Like, people say, like, obviously, like, Clase is very good. Is Clase hurt? I don't remember if Clase is playing actually right now. Like John Duran. So the other thing
John,
is,
he's injured. John's injured.
exactly,
Bautista's
like,
injured.
high velo guys are dominant, but the problem is, who knows how long they're going to be able to sustain the high velo without getting hurt.
I mean,
So hopefully
it's
he can stay healthy all season.
yeah.
So I'd love to see that for the kid. But so
It's kind of
it's
crazy. Ben was mentioning earlier. He has a crazy story. He didn't know he was diabetic. And he like we went to did like he quit baseball because he didn't know he was diabetic. Found out he was a diabetic. Was able to gain his weight back. Started throwing cheddar. Was a starter last year. Pitched 33 innings and then converted to a closer during the spring training. Has this been and then was
Yeah,
the best
I
closer in
think the
baseball.
key part of that is that he
yeah,
got
And it's
converted to a closer because he threw too hard to stay healthy as a starting pitcher. So hopefully,
yeah.
yeah,
It's
hopefully
the
being
same thing.
converted to a closer, he can stay healthy for a full season because if you could throw 104 for a full season, you're gonna be dominant.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think like saw some stat
can't
the other
wait
day.
till he gets
It was
traded
a
to like a
little while
contender.
ago, but like X
Dodgers,
pitches
please.
over 100 miles an hour or like 102 miles an hour in the last like 3 seasons have only given up, I think, like 8 hits in 119 at bats or something ridiculous like that. So like high velo is like, regardless of how used to it people like hitters can get, it's untouchable because it's in your face in a
It's just
fraction of a
you
second.
see it, it's there.
Like
It's like you
you
can't.
like the
You have to
reaction
swing
time is
before it
already
comes
hard
out, pretty
enough in
much, to hit it.
baseball. Yeah, like you're guessing the entire time because it's either gonna be a fastball or it's gonna be off speed. And if you're chasing fastball and it's an off speed pitch, you're about 3 minutes too early and you're gonna look like an absolute fool.
You're gonna fall on your ass.
It was who was it on the
You're gonna get.
Brewers that got absolutely
I
fooled
saw
the other
that.
day?
It was terrible.
It was so bad. I don't remember who threw that pitch, but it was so funny. Like, dude did a somersault. He got folded so hard.
I mean, and the other thing about Mason Miller, it's not like he's faced like the White Sox and the Marlins and all these teams that can't hit. Like he faced the heart of the Rangers order, who just won the World Series with Semien and Seager, and he faced the heart of the New York Yankees order with Soto and Judge. Like he's faced legit competition and dominated every single time. I mean, I think he's leading the A's in strikeouts right now as a closer. That's kind of nuts.
Well, he's
I
been.
mean, what?
That just shows how good he's been.
I mean, the A's don't really have any strikeout pitchers in the first place,
I
anyways.
mean, yeah.
With Blackburn's a ground ball guy, Alex Wood and Ross Stripling suck.
JP Sears has been good.
I
JP
don't know
Sears
who
has
else
been
has.
good. He's been going deep into
JP
games.
Sears has been decent.
Um, they also have
I'm part of the Langoliers fan club. Best catcher in
Shea
baseball.
Bangaliers, baby. Hardest throwing catcher in baseball last year.
Other than that
Yeah,
fraud,
bro.
Patrick Bailey.
Bailey's a bum.
Bailey's a bum. Speaking of speaking of players that aren't, we're just gonna go on to the next player. Ozuna from the Braves. From DUIs to hitting bombs, going crazy.
Just leading the MLB and like top in every single stat, 344 average, second in the MLB with home runs, following Mike Trout, who I don't want to jump into the Angels. Absolutely,
Yeah, if you
worst
told me that the
right
best
now.
player on the Braves this year would have been Ozuna, I would have called you a dumbass. But he's been the best player on the
He's
Braves.
31 RBIs already.
Crazy.
He's 31 in 20 games, almost 30 games, 25 games.
He's batting 350 with 9 jacks.
Like,
That's crazy.
if you told me that Ozuna had a 350 batting average at the end of April,
This is
like I
actually
wouldn't
crazy.
even believe that a week into the season. Like, if you told me that the first week of the season Ozuna was
If you told me he got another DUI, I would have believed you.
runs.
This I would have
I'm
believed.
like,
Said I got another DUI. I'm like that makes sense. This, what do you want?
I don't know. I don't think. Who knows if
Crazy.
it'll be last the whole season. It'll
Probably
be
not.
I think
I mean, if he does, that'd be a
probably fall off a
crazy
little bit. He's still gonna be
MVP
good,
season.
but he's not gonna be. We'll see Acuna start to pick things back up. They'll get healthy again. Austin Riley will become decent.
I mean, with how
Who's
he's
their
playing,
starting
you know,
Shohei's
shortstop
so
right
going to
now?
be hard to overthrow for
Ozuna for the
MVP.
Braves. Yeah, him and Mookie
Who's
been
their
going crazy, you know. Also,
Who is the Braves starting
Oh,
shortstop?
no,
isn't
he's
it
second.
Albies?
It's,
Oh, he's a second baseman. Second baseman.
oh,
Yeah, fucking.
hold on. I know this. I can't believe I can't remember it.
Oh my God! Who
It's,
is shortstop for them?
um, Orlando Arcia.
Isn't is Guillorme? Oh,
Arcia, that's right.
Arcia is
Is it?
Arcia hurt right now? I
No,
think
bro.
he is. I'm pretty sure he's on the IL.
Rip
No,
Strider,
it's
bro.
not.
We're my fantasy team.
No, that was last season. No, he's never mind. That
Yeah,
was last season
no,
that he was hurt.
Arcia is
So I
chilling.
can't remember if it was this season or last season. He's playing right now.
My fantasy
Yeah.
team, my fantasy pitchers have been absolutely decimated this year, bro. Oh, they had like the best three pitchers that had nothing.
Well, yeah,
Rip
the last,
Bieber,
is
rip.
Strider
Well,
officially
Strider
out
was
for
shitty
the
in the
season?
bed, but still rip his arm.
Is he officially
Yeah.
out for the season? He is,
Yeah,
right?
he had Tommy John. He's out.
He did end up having Tommy John. Okay. Yeah. That's
It
kind of
was
rough.
so
Like that.
such a
That's been
glorious
insane this
first
season.
week when I was just going
Oh,
crazy, and then just everything just
the
went
amount of starting
bad.
pitchers that are
It's so
hurt
sad.
now is
It's
just
so bad for
I don't know.
baseball.
Yeah, and so that's what happens just when you throw 100 miles an
It's
hour
not
every
even that.
pitch.
They're not getting time in between pitches
Yeah, they're
anymore.
not getting
What the
rest time.
fuck?
These new rules are affecting them.
It's
Like these guys have been
man, like
throwing high
oh my god,
90s for
games are 15
years.
minutes faster. Who cares? We're paying. I'd rather sit for 3 hours for a 3 hour decent
We
baseball
should
game
have
than
a
a
game this year,
2 hour
man. We
actually
should
terrible
hit
baseball
another
game.
A's game. Cheap.
Cheap A's game,
Move
$10
down to the
tickets.
front.
The parking was 3 times the amount as a ticket. I wish I was kidding when I said that. I had paid $30 for parking and $10
Yeah,
for my ticket.
You got thrown up on.
that was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that was rough.
Didn't they give you
We're,
you and Ashton free clothes? And you guys just had to buy shit, huh?
no, I had to spend 100 like
That's
80
rough.
bucks on new clothes.
Yeah.
Cause
On A's
I'm
gear.
like I wasn't rolling in like I had to buy a new shirt and I had to buy shorts and they only had like one thing of pants and shorts and I was not buying pants and
You guys
dresses
email them
of
trying to get like money
February.
back or
So
something like
I
that?
didn't even bother because the only thing I would have gotten was a free ticket redemption where I couldn't go to any of their event games or any games against Giants or like their like the priority teams. So I'm like, why would I'm not even gonna bother with this because the only game I would want to go to was a Giants game or like a giveaway game. Couldn't even get a ticket for that. So it's like that's the classic John
Yeah.
Fisher. But
Getting thrown up on is
regardless,
actually crazy.
I'm getting nothing for it. Like their guest services was nice, but like yeah, just give us an email.
Don't worry, Kyle. I'll throw up
And
on you
then
this time. I'll throw up on you.
like
Instead of
yeah,
some ring, I'll do it.
our other friend emailed and we just get like a free voucher to one game. Not even like a cash back for your ticket or I mean I wouldn't have gotten jack shit from that $10.
That's so crazy.
I
I
still
was like
feel
on the
crazy.
like totally opposite end of our seats, and I was like,
It was
see you guys again. I'm
so
like, what the fuck just happened?
dude, it was nasty too. And, I don't even want to think about it.
Well, then I
The
think it's
guy
a good way
even
to end
the
our
guy
episode off. Kyle
the guy
getting
didn't say
thrown up
nothing
on.
to
It's
us.
always a good time. Really great time. Kyle getting thrown up on. So I think that's it. See you guys next time on the 5 Tool Talk. Don't forget to check out our socials and our website at the5tooltalk.com.